Shalom, all praises, blessings, glories, and honors to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth, as well of men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seed line of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. To you I say Shalom, beginning with the 144,000 prophets, and Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah. This lesson is edifying and informative. In the news, from the Press TV, IRGC chief, U.S. can't save Israel from inevitable collapse. And according to biblical prophecy, this is true. For as it is written here in the book of Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20, and 15:45, it reads, Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, that he hath taken against Edom. And who is Edom? Edom is the wicked, according to the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. The nation in whom Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has indignation against forever, and the nation whom the Heavenly Father Yahweh hates, according to the book of Romans. Today they are known as the so-called Caucasian race, because they are not white. The word white means pure, as the word black means negative or void. They are red. They are the Edomites. They are the sons and daughters of Esau, or a twin brother. And so this is a counsel of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai that he hath taken against Edom. And his purposes he purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. The modern day Temanites are the so-called Germans, whom are also Edomites. They're known for their engineering, for they are the wise men of Teman. Surely, and this is the point, the least of the flock. And who is the least of the flock? The least of the flock is Amalek, who is the grandson, rather one of the grandsons of Esau, Edom. Therefore, the Amalekites are Edomites, and they currently dwell in the land of Israel. They are the least of the flock. Shall draw them. The them is referring to America, Babylon the Great. Out where? Out into the Middle East, according to the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which Jehoshaphat in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment, because that is where the heathen nations will fight the Thoreau's woe. And so America, Babylon the Great, will be drawn out by the least of the flock as it has been over the process of time. After all, it is a process out into the Middle East to become a guard unto the state of Israel. Surely ye shall make their habitations desolate with them. So we see that according to biblical prophecy, this statement does in fact back up what is written in the scriptures. It is true that according to biblical prophecy, the U.S. cannot save Israel from inevitable collapse because the Lord will destroy that land by nuclear fire to cleanse that land of the current inhabitants thereof, because the current inhabitants thereof are Edomites. They are not the true people of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Okay? Through His Son Yahweh Shai. Now, before I read this article, forgive me, let's read Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 45 as well. Because notice, Babylon is being used synonymously for Edom. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 45, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that He hath taken against Babylon. So the Lord is against Babylon. He is against Edom. And His purpose is that He had purpose against the land of the Chaldeans, which the land of the Chaldeans is here in America, Babylon the Great. The ancient Chaldeans were witches and warlocks, soothsayers and wizards. Today they are the Edomites. Surely, because the Edomites are known for indulging in witchcraft, sorceries, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And again, the least of the flock is the state of Israel. And they have been drawing out America, Babylon the Great, out into the Middle East to become a guard unto them. Surely He shall make their habitation desolate with them. So all these things are a part of biblical prophecy. Okay? A senior Iranian commander says the Israeli regime will definitely collapse, and the United States cannot save it by giving it artificial respiration. And not only will the state of Israel be made desolate according to biblical prophecy, but America, Babylon the Great will also be made desolate by reason of nuclear fire, according to biblical prophecy written of in Isaiah the 14th chapter, Isaiah the 13th chapter, among many others. Speaking at a ceremony in the Iranian capital of Tehran on Friday, the commander of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, IRGC, extolled the surprise attack by Palestinian resistance groups against Israeli forces in the occupied territories on October the 7th. Major General Hossein Salami said the Israeli regime's deterrence capacity is exhausted. Salami was speaking on the 35th day of Operation Al-Aqsa Storm, the largest military operation by the Gaza Strip-based resistance group against the occupying regime in decades. At least 1,500 Palestinians launched an attack, and during the attack and on the Israeli front line, which is the strongest defense line in the world, not a single Palestinian was martyred and not a single shot was fired, and all the weapons were disabled even though all the settlers were armed, Salami said. The Israeli occupation army had stationed a reliable and strong defense system near the Gaza Strip, but they failed to notice. No one noticed, he stated. The IRGC chief said the mystery of the Palestinians' sneak passage through Israeli walls embankments, and information and security barriers, is unknown, and the secret of victory on October 7th will probably be revealed later. Today, the deterrence capacity of the Zionist regime has been broken, Salami stated. The United States cannot save the regime. It cannot give it artificial respiration. The Zionist regime has no roots in the political geography of this region and will definitely collapse, he said. Israeli waged the war on Gaza on October 7th after Palestinian resistance groups launched the surprise operation Al-Aqsa Storm into the occupied territories in response to the Israeli regime's intensified crimes against Palestinians. Palestinian resistance movement of Hamas and Islamic Jihad fired about 5,000 missiles at the occupied territories, killing at least 1,400 Israeli troops and settlers, also taking captive some 250 Israelis during their attack. Since then, the occupying regime has embarked on an insistent bombardment of the Gaza Strip, which the Gaza-based health ministry announced on Friday that 11,078 people, including 4,506 children, have been killed and 27,490 others have sustained injuries. The Tel Aviv regime has also blocked access to water, food, and electricity in Gaza, plunging the coastal area into a humanitarian crisis. The Israeli regime has, over the past weeks, launched several strikes on Gaza's medical and educational facilities as part of its onslaught. Tel Aviv has so far defied international calls to implement a ceasefire amid a talking Palestinian civilian, including women and children, out of harm's way. And this concludes the article. And so this statement made by the IRGC chief, according to biblical prophecy, is correct. The U.S. cannot save Israel, that is the state of Israel, from inevitable collapse, for it will collapse according to biblical prophecy written here in Jeremiah 49 verse 20 and Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 45. And so with that, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. Lord is until the next I say shalom to the elect.